Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to another video on my channel. And we heard the news earlier this morning. Thomas Tuchel sacked as Chelsea manager, or the way the club put it, Thomas Tuchel parted company with the club. So take of that what you will. When yeah, it is a shock, massive shock for me personally. News came through on the phone, just sitting there doing my work. Comes through, Thomas Tuchel sacked, and my first thing was like, oh my God, I could not believe it. Genuine disbelief, to be honest, because it's just the fact that £300 million was spent this summer, and obviously there was no head of recruitment, or sorry, head of transfers like we had with Marina. So Bowley and Tuchel were supposedly working together to construct this great Chelsea side. They spent the money, but obviously Tuchel hasn't been given time to use it. And the weirdest one for me was Aubameyang. Aubameyang came in last Thursday, transfer deadline day, and yeah, he was supposedly coming in because of Tuchel. And now what happens? That's obviously for another day, because we need to wait for the successor to take over the reins and see what he does. But yeah, it felt like a Thomas Tuchel signing, to be honest. And a lot of the players that we did buy were for Thomas Tuchel because of the wing backs, the Cucurella situation, and obviously Sterling. Tuchel supposedly played a big part in the transfer of him. So who knows what happens behind the scenes? You only hear stuff, and the stuff that was coming out was the fact that Tuchel was begging for another chance. And yeah, I'm baffled. Like, it's just football though, and it's Chelsea. But the one thing I was thinking was the fact that it's a new regime. It's a new regime. They're not going to sack managers straight away. They're going to give players and managers maximum chance to prove themselves, unlike in the Roman era, where we know everyone got sacked. And well, the next manager that came in did the job and won the Champions League or some kind of trophy in the next season, which just seemed to be repetitive. So who knows? But yeah, it looks like Graham Potter will be the successor to take over. And well, the reports are saying that Bowley and Camp want a manager who's got ambition and a way forward. And what they saw with Tuchel was there was that no, well, transition to the next. I know we won the Champions League. We started back into the routine of just being really inconsistent. And like yesterday's result, if you haven't, make sure you go and watch the match reaction for that. But it was just a really poor result. And supposedly, these are all stuff that the media have come out with, so who knows if it's true. But they're saying that Tuchel already knew he was going to be sacked and he was already gone. So whether that played a part in yesterday's result, who knows. But it's massive news, and it's yeah, it's one of those where I was completely shocked at first. I couldn't believe it, but the more you think about it, the more you realise why. And let's talk about Graham Potter, who is likely the most suitable candidate, because they wanted a manager who could take it on a long project, and he just fits that criteria. We've seen it with Brighton. What he's done with that Brighton side is worked wonders. And yeah, that squad he has at Brighton isn't obviously the greatest, but he's made these players into great, and they was brilliant. Well, and they have been brilliant this season, and credit to him. And let's see whether he can make that transition to the top level. And as we have seen in previous years, it's not easy. These managers taking that step up to the next level, where all the pressure and all the media is on you, the workload, everything just goes up a notch, just naturally, because of how big the clubs are compared in stature. Like, obviously you've got Brighton, who are up and come in. There's not as much pressure on them to deliver, whereas Chelsea, obviously one of the biggest in the world, and going for trophies. So who knows whether Potter can do the job, and it remains to be seen. Personally, if you're asking my honest opinion, and everyone knows I was back in Tuchel, I believe that he could do it, but I can see why they've got rid of him, to be honest, because of the way the club's run. And yeah, like, obviously the performances haven't been great this season, with 3 losses away on a bounce, and the team not really going anywhere. And that's what the new owners want. They want the club to go somewhere. And when you're spending all that money, you've got to be going somewhere. And yeah, 300 million is obviously a lot, and it's a statement from Bowley. So yeah, if you're not winning, what's the point? Like, you shouldn't be here. Like, you've got to be winning, and that's the pressure Potter will be under, whether he takes it. The latest I'm hearing, it's just gone 3 o'clock. Latest I'm hearing is that he's in talks with Bowley about a contract. So it looks like he is going to be the next manager, and he's a massive favourite. There was talk of Pochettino, but personally, I wanted Potter. If there was one manager who fits the criteria of what the club want, it would be him, 100%. Just I didn't, when I saw the first ones come out, I thought, oh yeah, I'll take Potter, because I didn't really want Poch, not just because of his Spurs connection. I don't think he's a serial winner and he'll do the job. Zidane, I don't know. He obviously won all those Champions Leagues at Real Madrid, and you're not a bad manager to do that. But will he be able to do it in the Premier League? I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm happy with Potter. I'm completely happy. And yeah, let's see what happens. It's going to be a new era for the club. And yeah, it's quite fitting that it's in the 100th day of the takeover that Bowley gets rid of Tuchel and is bringing a new manager. I'm glad it's happening quick and we're not stuttering, because we've got a massive game against Fulham on Saturday. The early kickoff. It's going to be a tough game. The players have to step up now, and it always happens. The players get to stay, the manager goes, which is just so unfair in all aspects. Like Ziyech and Pulisic, how they survive longer than Tuchel, we'll never know. But anyways, that's for another day. And yeah, all attention turns to Fulham, and I'll back whoever the new manager is, as I always have done and always will. So yeah, give the support to the manager, and let's see what Graham Potter can do, if it is Potter. If not, I'll make a new video and talk about him. But yeah, it looking like Potter at this moment in time. So yeah, that's my thoughts. And yeah, obviously credit to Tuchel, all those memories we had. Obviously, you can't forget the night in Porto, unbelievable. One of my greatest nights in my life, and yeah, a lot of Chelsea fans' life. So yeah, all those memories. Thank you, Tuchel, for those. But we're here, and it's happened, and it looks like Graham Potter will be the new Chelsea manager. So let's wait and see what happens. But yeah, Fulham is a massive game on Saturday, and let's hopefully pick up 3 points. And yeah, I'm out. I'll see you boys Saturday, unless something major happens with the management. But it could be Potter's first game of the season, and let's not forget that he did lose to Fulham with Brighton 2 weeks ago. So he's got to put that one right. But anyways, I'm out. Players need to wake up. Tuchel's gone and Potter's in. Up the Chelsea.